Welcome back to the Monster Brawl, and here we go into the second round of the competition as we look at Divisions 1 and 2, checking out the matches between 8 horrible monsters from the silver screen with the results decided on by you guys. I'm your host, Josh Spiegel, and I'm joined once again by my good compadre, Manic Mike Mangles.
Hold on 1 minute. How do you spell that word that you just said?
C-O-M-P-A-D-R-E, compadre.
Okay, let's see. Oh, compadre. Yeah, compadre, that's me. Yeah, all right. I'm your compadre. Yeah, and I'm ready to see some savage slams.
All right, here we go. In this corner here, we've got the pride of Planet P with the Arachnid Warrior Bug. These things are so tough that even if they lose an entire limb, they're still 86% combat effective.
Wait a goddamn minute here! You're talking about limbs, and I do not know all of the words, but I do know arachnid, and those things have 8 legs, and I also know that I don't know all the numbers, but I can count to 8, and these guys ain't have that!
You're right, the bugs aren't technically arachnids, but just referred to that since they resemble Earth spiders. If it makes you feel better, call them warrior bugs.
Only thing I'm gonna call them is second best, since this little buggy is up against the Pumpkinhead, demon of vengeance! And in case you missed it, he's not only big and bad and mean and mad, but he's damn near invulnerable.
You know, everyone says that, but have we really seen that be tested?
He got shot!
Yes, but has it been chopped in half by giant mandibles? In Pumpkinhead 2, he seems to get killed when he's shot up a bunch.
You're gonna come on up over here talking about Pumpkinhead 2? Even Bishop looked at that one and said, no thank you. The guy who did Hellraiser 8 wanted nothing to do with it. You take your Pumpkinhead 2 and you take a hike.
Well, apparently that untested invulnerability is enough to win the day, since magical abilities add to the fight, giving Pumpy the edge, and he wins with 63% versus 37%. Our next matchup gives us a little Air Force versus Navy action as we look at one opponent who's more comfortable in the sky versus one who's at home in the sea.
Yeah, but for fairness sake, they both also seem to be okay on dry land.
You are correct, and for that aerial action, we're looking at the Bioraptor from the film Pitch Black, and again, in the interest of a fair fight, this arena will be lit with a filtering light that doesn't affect it. And with that handicap, the Raptor should be an unbeatable opponent with the ability to fly and stay out of reach of short-range attacks and a spiked tail for grabbing and spearing.
Flying ain't no big advantage. Anyone can fly.
No, they can't?
Not with that attitude. An attitude is something that the Leviathan has in spades, otherwise known as Homo Aquaticus, which sounds like an underwater club that I used to go to. This guy is the result of drinking some tainted vodka, turning regular folks into raging, destructive creatures, which, come to think of it, is basically just regular vodka. And what is it with stuff I love turning people into monsters? Didn't we have a soup monster in the last round?
We did.
What's in round 3? Some dude eats some hummus and mutates?
Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But in the meantime, it looks like the Bioraptor's maneuverability gives it the edge, and it's able to keep its distance and strike with that tail of his until victory is achieved with a 64% versus 36% lead. Moving on to our next set of foes, we've got an interesting round here as we're seeing a face-off of 2 great remakes.
Everything's a remake nowadays, except us. We are the true originals.
Indeed, but when it comes to remakes, few are better and classier than David Cronenberg's take on The Fly. And although he's had a few forms in the movie, we're dealing with the final form of the Brundlefly here. He's shed his skin and ready to fight.
Yeah, but come on, no remake is gonna outdo John Carpenter's version of The Thing. It's a great remake and a great movie on its own.
Well, I mean, so is The Fly.
Yeah, but The Thing!
Yeah, but The Fly.
Well, in terms of fighting here, we're looking at another final form when the shape-shifting creature mutates to form a diabetes guy into something that I'm assuming does not have diabetes.
That's the actor and not the character.
Who can tell the difference anymore?
Well, if you ask me, this whole fight comes down to one question, and that's how well the Thing can handle acid, seeing as how he seems susceptible to fire and things that break its form down, which one would assume that acid would, but it would appear as if it can indeed handle it, as the unfair Blair wins the day with 65% versus 35%.
I told you, but The Thing.
The final showdown in this round is another unusual matchup, as we've got big versus small, furry versus scaly, although coincidentally two monsters who are both blind, so it's a good thing that our deathmatch arena is ADA compliant. So on this side of things, we've got some extra numbers, as it's a pack of 5 of the aliens from the film Attack the Block. They're pitch black and mean and hunt based on sound.
And on this side of things, we got a full-size graboid! Origins unknown. Are they from space? Dinosaurs? Some sort of experiment? Who knows? But they are also very mean and hunt based on sound. And I just thought of something.
What's that?
Graboid's whole thing is digging up underground real fast and coming up from under you. How are we making that fair for the block attackers?
Glad you asked that, Manic Mike, and the answer is that we've packed the arena with alluvial soil, which is very easy for the graboid to propel itself through, but only made it about 3 feet deep, so it can't fully go underground. This might take away its main advantage, but it can still use the ground to move quickly and still has those massive jaws and grabby tongues.
Hope those creatures of yours can jump off the ground real good.
Well, looks like they can't, since this one went pretty soundly to the graboid, who won this fight with a massive 80% to 20 difference. All right, that closes out this round, so let's see this bracket. Our winners will advance to the next level, but we'll be back soon with the other side of this bracket to see who gets to move to the quarterfinals.
That's right! So you out there, you subscribe if you know what's good for you, because what's good for you is watching monsters fight each other, and tell us who your favorites are. And don't forget to put this up on your MySpace page or Meow Meow Beads or whatever. I might not be in the next episode because I'm gonna be unavailable for about the next 30 days.
Rehab?
No! Why would you say that? It's pretty hurtful. Ugh.